Blizzard's latest survey is very concerning. Uh-oh, I wonder why.
Do you, dear viewer, believe that Bobby Kotick, if he could, would try to sell you some more stash space in his #1 action RPG, Diablo 4?
I would believe that.
If so, then I have a fairly interesting thing that's been leaked
Are you
to me.
fucking
You
kidding
may
me?
be kind of interested in finding out about.
Are you
now, in
fucking
addition to that,
kidding me?
we're also seeing a few trends going on in the industry. Funny enough, some of them do have to do with Activision Blizzard as well. But I think in a world of live service games, get ready for companies to do everything they can do to make new types of bundles. We'll be living in a world where, yes, you do find the premium currency store that is sitting there, but the truth of it is indeed that the premium currency store exists not to sell you currency, no. It exists to sell whales currency. It exists to make you think that the bundles are a good deal. And I'll tell you what's...
I love that. Oh, this is a good deal. The amount is only $20 instead of $25. I'm getting it $5 off. Bitch, you should be getting it $25 off. It's amazing how easy it is, how effective anchoring is as like a sales technique. It's incredible. Anchoring's whenever you set a price and then you lower it down below that price, and you act like, oh wow, it's actually a much lower price than it was. Black Friday, yeah, I saw that clip too. By the way, that specific practice is actually banned in some South American countries. I think Brazil is one of them in particular.
Also, a good deal. Today's sponsor. Boot.dev, their founders are avid role-playing game players. Their viewers of the channel and code
Maybe I'm
Bellular
thinking of
News
Australia.
gets you 25% off. Now, what Boot.dev is, right? Wait, okay, let's talk about Diablo 4. Earlier on this month at BlizzCon, they, of course, talked about Diablo 4 Vessel of...
The story. Blizz wants to know how far you can be pushed. Yeah. That's been the story for about 15 years now.
Hatred. And when we look at things overall, we are seeing an 18-month expansion cycle, which is a fair amount of time. It is fairly brisk though, as compared to say some stuff with Diablo 3. So yeah, pretty good overall. And hey, unlike D3, they're probably not going to abandon this one after the first expansion. And
I think that they could run into a problem, and this is kind of an issue like with New World too, where like I think that the base game and the expansion collectively should still only be $70. I don't know what this breakdown needs to be, but like the problem with WoW, especially if they want to add in like multiple expansions, is that you don't want to run into like a World of Warcraft issue where you have like 4 expansions you need to buy in order to play the game. And another game that has this problem, we talked about this yesterday, Destiny has this problem too, where it's like, oh, you want to play Destiny? Okay, well, good luck learning how to figure out what you need to buy. So yeah, I really hope that they don't let that happen. Destiny is like $300. It's actually more like $400, I think.
That was
my
breakdown.
Second.
Diablo 4 Season 2.
This was
from
such a great
all the
scene,
people
too.
I've talked
This was
to,
awesome.
And when I was
I
at
love
BlizzCon
this.
in the press room, I was spending time with some D4 people, including D4 people who have been, in Season 1 especially, fairly critical of the game. I was talking to them, and they were saying from their perspective, running their communities, their channels, their, websites, that they genuinely are saying, oh my god, basically the thing the D4 creators and publishers say to each other is, oh my god, why did it not launch like Season 2? So I think
that a lot of the problems with Diablo, the longevity of the game, is the fact that the skills aren't transformative enough. In PoE, think about all the different ways you can play Blade Vortex. Think about all the different ways you can use Righteous Fire. Think about all the different ways that you can use golems, for example. And like you have all these other ways to play the game, and like Blizzard and like Diablo, it's extremely like uniform. And I think the uniformity works really well for like casual players, but for somebody who wants to take like a bigger bite out of the game, they just can't do that.
That does say everything, and even now we're seeing Blizzard rolling out XP weekends and stuff like that are throwing in more generosity into a season that itself is fairly generously paced. It is actually brisk. But to go to this then.
Season 2 was great.
Right. Surveys. Surveys are a vital part.
I'm a big Season 2 enjoyer for Diablo 4. I think that if you're a casual landy, you're a dad, Season 2 will be a great time for you. It's a great
of,
one-week game.
when you're
Yeah.
doing games at this scale, because you got to make big decisions and you got to make those decisions fairly accurately. And in a way, these surveys are a double-edged thing. Recently, I was in Universal Studios, and that led to us now getting some surveys. But the kind of neat thing is, we do get a little bit of a glimpse into what Universal are doing in the future, even
right,
though it
let's
all
see
does
it.
say confidential, do not share.
Okay, so
Now,
we're
as
gonna
for
share
this,
it.
which, yes, confidential, do not share, but it was not sent to me by Blizzard. It was sent to me by a small little bird that flew in my window one day and said hello. Good luck, Blizzard legal department. You'll have to sue the bird, not me. So let's take a look then. Basically, this is the cost of an expansion, right? Between $69.99, $49.99, $79.99, and a delicious $99.99. This is, of course, them trying to work out.
You tell me the cheapest fucking option gonna be $50 fucking dollars? Where's the
場所が定まらない。綿密な計画を練らなければ。権章だか陸産の子。サボっているやつがいるわね。支障ない。さようなら。すべてを照らさん。はっ、立ちなさい。消化勝利。月光を剣とす。諸悪退散。一心同期。さようなら。人事なす。落ち着いて。すべてを照らさん。月光を剣とす。はっ、立ちなさい。支障ない。さようなら。落ち着いて。一心同期。そうよ、一体。
How do you feel, Kayleen? We haven't done the part that I'm not looking forward to.
My husband's great. He really is. He's very respectful to me. I mean, he spoils me. He takes care of me.
I'm getting pretty close to that time. This is what I got to do. I don't even question it anymore. At this point, I don't know what's going to happen. I may get caught right away. I mean, I could basically be dead in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't know. Yeah, it's all up to chance at this point. Stop.
Nice, look at all that smoke. Oh my gosh.
What are you trying to game?
Though his family didn't yet know it,
I was gonna watch this documentary or some shit for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, watch it.
Okay.
something was off with Peter Keller. What follows is found footage that just might be some of the most disturbing recordings ever filmed. Documented like a YouTube video, the video diaries Peter created provide a rare glimpse into the mind of a killer and document how something that may have begun as an innocent hobby ultimately manifested as unbelievable cruelty.
Here, think about stuff. Think about, like, how did I get so...
The majority of the following footage has never been seen before. It has been analyzed by a licensed professional counselor.
Okay. Looks like everything's working. Just checking the camera out. Since this is the first time watching myself. I hate watching myself. So, man, that's the way other people see me. So it's gonna take some getting used to. Not used to talking into a camera. Let's see, so here you can look at the trail. There's not much of a trail. I try to keep it as hidden as I can, so other people will stay off of it, which has worked so far. It's pretty far out, so nobody's been up here yet. I usually come up with between a 30 and 40 pound pack. Every time I bring a load of something up, I'm actually starting to get a lot up here. Try to make it as easy as I can during the transition time. So far I've got a bed, blow-up bed, mattress, with blankets and pillows and clothes and stuff to keep me comfortable. So,
I'm just watching for now.
see how long I last doing this. I don't know.
Just what exactly Peter was doing in North Bend, Washington isn't yet clear. It's incredibly rare to have self-recorded footage of a killer, and is especially interesting in this case because the scope of Peter's chilling plans could hardly be imagined from the casual conversations he has with the camera.
Basically, come up here on the weekends or on a Friday, weekday, whenever the weather permits, or depending on what I'm doing, at least once a week. And I tend to stay up here for about, well, with travel time, probably around 9 hours a day, or each time, which is a long time.
When he wasn't traversing the wilderness with his camera and dog, 41-year-old Peter was also a father and a husband.
Hey, Daddy. Okay, I got this face.
Because you guys won't let me take that many pictures.
He and his wife Lynette had an 18-year-old daughter named Kayleen, and the three appeared to be a normal, happy family.
Are you videotaping her?
Yep. Let's do a lot of videotape and then I just cut all the junk out.
However, Peter's mysterious project in the woods would eventually take a terrible toll on his day-to-day life.
Kayleen Keller.
All right, so how do you feel, Kayleen?
No more high school, yay!
Feel different? No?
You don't feel different? You got a new life ahead of you.
That's how everybody feels about high school.
Oh, high school.
Yeah, you got till tomorrow to get your stuff out of the house. So.
No. She's living with us forever. Sorry, Carson. Forever.
Kayleen graduated high school just a few months after her father started recording his video diaries, and was on track to start at Bellevue College in the fall. In addition to her interest in environmental preservation and gaming technology, she also appears to have shared her father's interest in cameras and dabbled in the hobby of videotaping as well.
Can you take a picture of me and sell me on eBay? What are you doing? Come on, talk.
Lynette also sometimes used the camera to film videos she uploaded to YouTube.
Hi everyone. My little puppy's looking outside. Okay, I got a lot of stuff to show you guys that I'm going to put in my store. I'm so excited. This is bag 2. And I had so much fun making these too. You guys got a lot of products in here.
I want to first show you. Look at Dino. He just got a haircut a couple days ago. My husband was like, he's looking too scruffy.
I am a very shy person, and doing these videos really helps me open myself, because I figured if somebody doesn't want to watch it, then don't watch it. I'm not forcing you to. So these videos really help, and he really helped me.
That's relatable.
While Peter worked to refurbish computers, Lynette struggled with medical issues, and as a result, wasn't able to work full-time.
My husband, a few months ago, went out and bought me this big recliner for my back, and I'm just now starting to use it. He's so happy. Usually I just sit on the left seat. I love this chair. He's here. He's supporting me. He takes care of me. Even though I can't go back to work and I'm home in pain all the time, he gave me my scrapbooking room with my dream come true.
She made and sold custom paper flowers and shared her scrapbooking hobby in local fairs to bolster the family's income.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Pretty much this is my anniversary present. I'm so thankful that my husband was able to give me that so I could stock up on supplies for me. And I also got some stuff for you guys.
Jesus, yeah, this is really
Even
depressing
my
actually. It's
husband was
way more
looking at
depressing
this
than the
and
other
I
ones
was
we've
just like,
seen.
oh my
to be honest.
gosh, look at the detail.
From an outside perspective, it appeared that although the family faced challenges, they were
Yeah,
sticking
Floja.
together and making things work. But as later events would reveal, all wasn't going as well as it appeared.
You can watch me open this thing. This thing's always so heavy. But works good.
This impressive structure, affectionately nicknamed Camp Keller, was what kept Peter occupied in the woods for so long. Disguised as part of the hillside, the only thing that might give its presence away is a temporary tarp stretched over
Well,
part
he's
of the
built a
roof.
bunker?
But Peter took care to conceal that with brush.
This is something I wanted to do probably since I was a teenager. To make a home underground somewhere so I don't have to live around people. One of my projects today is to take all this wood that I've cut up recently and stack it up, pull it down, so if somebody stumbles out here, it not as noticeable. It's just now.
Wait, but people are much more likely to go towards man-made or man-altered objects than they are to go towards a complete nothing of nature if they're on a certain trail. What the fuck is he talking about?
Have the means
You guys just dumb?
actually pay for it. I've spent a lot of money on this so far, thousands of dollars. Thousands more on guns and other stuff, other hardware I'm going to need.
What am I talking about? That's how that works.
Everything I can think of.
The wood is cut up.
The bunker was a shocking feat of engineering, considering all of Peter's supplies were either gathered from the forest around him or carried in from his house, which was about an hour's hike away.
This is kind of an outside look. My wood pile on this side.
In addition to the tools and materials he needed to build the bunker, Peter carried a significant amount of food, drinks, and creature comforts into the camp. He brought enough to set up a kitchenette, complete with an emergency vodka stash. The entire complex was powered with a generator, which Peter somehow managed to bring up the mountain. He even went out of his way to
Jesus.
engineer a wood-burning stove made out of an inverted metal garbage can. He rigged a chimney to funnel the smoke up and out of the residence. This smoke would ultimately provide a valuable clue as to the camp's location. Other
Bro,
highlights of Peter's stash include multiple 5-gallon
This is This is actually kind of like, regardless of
wood-burning stove made out of an inverted metal garbage can. He rigged a chimney to funnel the smoke up and out of the residence. This smoke would ultimately provide a valuable clue as to the camp's location. Other highlights of Peter's stash include multiple 5-gallon.
This is actually kind of like, regardless of what he did, like crafty, right? And fucking, like has some skills, whatever, it's like creative or whatever. He could have used that for good of any kind. He could have did something, you know.
Buckets, which could not have been easy to move, heavy-duty chains, and a hacksaw.
Yeah, resourceful, yeah.
But as impressive as the wilderness construction may be,
It's not common
the
sense.
question remains as to why Peter built it in the first place.
I just feel like I'm getting knocked back every time financially. My wife is just gonna suck all the money out that I have.
And I'm so excited because I can actually afford these deals. My husband, he gave me some money to go in here, so I'm like so excited.
All right, I'm getting ready to move one of these big beams in.
Fuck, man. Yeah, she seems very grateful and thankful that the thing that she's getting. Guys, maybe I'm making assumptions. She seems like the type to ask for stuff and get it, and not to like strong arm him into getting it, which is my assumption from what I'm seeing.
This thing is pretty heavy. It's soaked with water, which makes them very heavy. Makes it a real.
I don't know. It's just a video, so you can't really know.
Let's see. I met him when I was in high school, but I just, wasn't interested. And then I met him again, and he was so sweet. We became like best friends. He said one of these days he wanted to get married and have kids, and he asked me what I wanted, and I said, "Oh, I want to get married." So then my sister, we were getting along at the time. She really liked him, and she said, "Well, you gotta just, you're gonna regret it if you don't." So I was like, "Okay."
Bro, tell me this is not resourceful. Like, this guy knows shit. Well, it's a hook
Then
and
2 months
pulley
later,
system for a log and
he started
shit.
talking about marriage. And I was like, "Dude, I told you I don't want to get married. Stop pressuring me. We've only officially been together for 3 months." He actually started within a month. And I was just like, "No, you got to stop." So finally, a little over 3 months, he asked me to marry him. I was like, "Of course I'll marry you." And I grabbed the ring and put it on my finger. I was just so excited.
Wait. 3 months?
That's my story of my husband,
insane.
who is my husband, who's the love of my life.
At this point, I don't know what's going to happen. I may get caught right away. I mean, I could basically be dead in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't know. It's all up to chance at this point. So I don't think anyone knows where I'm at.
Yeah.
But
Even if you met somebody in the past and you're friends with them, okay? You understand that a relationship before, in my opinion, before it can go to marriage, you have to get annoyed with them, get bored of them at a certain point. You have to have lived with them. There's a lot of steps that are not as good as like all the fucking glittery shit, all the really like the just it is what it is, ups and downs. You have to go through all of it to really see after all that, is it still somebody that I'm willing to be with for the rest of my life? That's what it is.
put it together. Who knows? At this point, I have to take that chance.
3 months is not enough ever.
So it's just going to be a point of, go as far as I can. I do have my escape, and that's death. And I'm okay with that. So I'm getting to the point where just trying to live and pay bills and live as a civilian and go to work.
He's a great guy. He stuck around with me. I'm, some guys are kind of leave when you get that, it's part of your vows. But anyways, I don't want to get on to that.
It just freaks me out. It's actually more comfortable for me to think about living out here, robbing banks, pharmacies, just taking what I want for as long as I can. At least it'll be exciting.
Oh wait, was that the plan?
It won't be boring. And I don't have to worry about Lynette or Kayleen. And everything will be taken care of. It'll just be me.
Peter's complaints are all too common, but could indicate the presence of major depressive disorder. Additionally, Peter is doing a lot of fidgeting in this video, signifying that despite what he's saying out loud, his thoughts might be giving him a lot of anxiety. Perhaps this stems from the fact that, as some of Peter's cryptic comments hint, there's a much darker aspect to his fantasy than he lets on.
Well, I wanted to get a video log in because we haven't done part that I'm not looking forward to. I'm getting pretty close to that time. I'm guessing probably a couple months away, maybe 3. So yeah, I know I can, once I do this, I could either die then, maybe something will happen, or a few days or weeks, or maybe even years. My goal is to make it 10 years, but that's the other hard part. It's either to not care about dying and to still care about the project.
Peter's comment that he wants to survive for 10
He has still not been indicative of major problems within the family or the household. I feel like if this guy was really mauled and deeply upset about the family, it's one of the first things he would talk about as the big, like, wanting to get it out on camera.
10 years out in
just
the
a cut
woods
lord.
complicates an already strange situation even further. He isn't just aiming to leave his day-to-day life and job behind. There are
Barely
Lynette
mentioned
and
any-
Kayleen to think about, and so far, he hasn't shown any interest of bringing them along on his adventure.
Go ahead and open this. Oh my goodness. You are so sweet, you guys. Sorry I'm whispering. My husband's sleeping and our little doggy's sleeping with him. Last time I was doing a video, I was talking too loud and he woke up and came out here.
Part of me has a hard time even imagining doing what I'm going to do, but as I think about it, I always come up to the same conclusion every time. I'm starting to get more okay with it. Other times I feel like I'm more than ready. I've tried to make it in this world and it just isn't happening. I'm 40 now and I am running out of time.
That's very loser
I
mentality.
don't
Very
question
loser.
it anymore. It just seems like everything makes so much sense now. You know, just the more I've thought about it, the more I understand it. I don't really feel bad about it. It's just the way it is.
I'm not gonna touch you. I didn't touch you.
You know, certain things happen that cause this to happen. So, just kind of accepted it and
Well, no.
just rolling with it.
I call the life of crime and murder loser mentality when faced with adversity. And you guys say, out of touch. You're like justifying actual murderous thoughts on the only basis that this guy is failing in life and can't get out of it. That is insane. You are absolutely fucking insane.
Well, this is it. Home sweet home.
That was literally half the chat, and you guys know you're just acting deliberately stupid.
Got the lantern going so you can see a little bit, not a lot. You know, I often wonder if what I'm doing is the right thing. And I think it is.
These statements, though shocking, actually align with the earlier theory that Peter was suffering from a serious depressive disorder.
You know,
A lot of people do.
as I do this for hour on hour, it's like I just sit there and think about stuff. Think about, like, how did I get so f***ed up?
It doesn't
How
care.
did so many things go wrong?
No. I don't care, and you shouldn't care either. Because the reality is, a lot of people have a major depressive disorders. A lot of people deal with extreme hardships. A lot of people are back against the wall. Not a lot of those people turn to murder and shit like that. They don't do that, okay? Because they're not bitches, okay? This is bitch behavior, flat out. So I tell you, dude, it's what it is.
I don't think it's all my fault. I think it's more my upbringing, family life. I was just too ugly. Nobody cared.
Peter's recollection of feeling off also supports the depression theory, as it's common for symptoms to emerge during adolescence. Additionally, it's known that individuals with unresolved trauma can become stuck developmentally. This could very possibly be what happened to Peter, as he previously mentioned that he'd wanted to build a camp like this since he was a teen. If he became emotionally stuck at that point in his life, it could explain his apparent resentment for his family, along with the continued desire to depart from society.
Yeah, basically last year has been really tough on me. Been coming to terms, realizing just how pathetic I am. And there's just no hope. But it's tough.
This guy's have energy to wake up, travel, and build a World War bunker underground and record himself doing it, spend all that energy, and says he's hopeless. So, bro, he has multiple layers of luxury that not a lot of people have. That's insane. I'm over it.
Anymore. Don't motivate myself. All I did was work on this. This is the only thing that can make me feel better. But I think I've come to terms with it. Starting to feel better now. Not quite sure why exactly, if it's just that I'm getting this further along, or